and waking up after from nightmares after 3 hours of sleep with tears coming down my face is not how I saw my Thanksgiving and holiday season going. It's taken me a while to come on here and actually talk about this because my last video that I put up, besides the cleaning video, I had that filmed a while ago and just managed to put it together. But my last video about my fertility journey that I put up was me starting to document my baby bump. And I, sorry to report that I had a pregnancy loss at a little over 20 weeks. Okay, I thought I had enough time to film this. Okay. In about 365 days, November 2023 to November 2024, I have experienced 3 pregnancies, which I'm thankful for. A lot of people can't even get pregnant. 3 losses, and I've been pregnant all the time together for 8.5 months. Wow. Shaking. Okay. The first pregnancy that I had was biochemical. I talked about that. That was the first video that I did actually when I started talking about my pregnancy journey. That one, I got pregnant about a week before Thanksgiving, and then I had a little bit of spotting, went to the doctor and everything. They thought it was ectopic, and then I ended up fully starting to bleed pretty much the day before, and on Thanksgiving Day, the bleeding heavily started. So I count that as when the miscarriage actually kicked off, and that was Thanksgiving 2023 again. My second pregnancy was in July 2024. That pregnancy lasted 7 weeks. I actually never had anything develop in the sac, and I ended up having to get an MUA procedure for that since it was in the first trimester. I had that, you're awake, you're on fentanyl and all the stuff, and then they removed the tissue. And this last one was horrific. I'm not going to go into detail because I won't be able to talk. And quite frankly, I'm not ready to, and I don't know if I'll ever be ready to. It's just something for my husband and my family, honestly. I'm not even talking to anyone at work with what complications happened, and it's just going to scare people, and that's not the point of this channel. It's to make people feel less alone, not to just scare people. But we had to say goodbye to that baby and lost that baby at a little over 20 weeks. And with that procedure, it was a DNC. It was a 2-day procedure that required prep ahead of time, and it required an actual, pre-op anesthesia, the whole thing. And that took place the day before Thanksgiving 2024. I immediately, for that, even before the procedure happened, I signed up for grief therapy out the gate. Like, I found out on a Friday all the stuff and what was happening, and then I had a therapy session scheduled on Monday and the procedure on Wednesday. I was not messing around with my mental health at all. I knew I was going to need it. So where I'm at right now is I'm better. Like, I'm better because I'm a tough individual. I am. I really am. And I went back to work like a week and a half-ish, maybe 2 weeks after. I let my body heal. I let myself cry. Oh, so much crying. Because this was a very wanted pregnancy. I let myself cry a lot. I went to therapy. I meditated. I walked. 2 days after the procedure, I was on the treadmill, not trying to exercise for weight, but just like slow walking for my mental health. And I'm not somebody that is asking why me. Not at all. If you work in healthcare, like myself, I work with sick kids in a hospital. There's nothing to make you more grounded than seeing sick kids with cancer and tumors and incurable diseases and freak accidents. Like, you don't really sit there and ask the question, why me? Because I'm an adult. Things happen. I understand that. And as soon as you start asking that question, why, you're going to go crazy. So I am every day crying a little bit less. I am exercising. I hired my coach back. I think I mentioned I'm 20 pounds heavier with no baby and 8.5 months worth of pregnancy under my belt. Kind of messed up. And I'm going to therapy. So I'm really trying to not be depressed and anxious and just negative all the time. But I'm trying to also allow myself, like, if I need to turn on music and just sob hysterically, I allow myself to do that. Nobody thinks that they're going to get to 5 months pregnant. Yeah, the maths. Nobody thinks they're going to get to 5 months pregnant after 2 losses and lose a baby. Nobody wants that. Now I am meeting with specialists, doing extra testing. We're doing a bunch of genetic testing. We're getting a bigger picture of where we're at. I am 36 now. So our fertility journey just got more complex. You can't have a channel where your last video was your baby bump at 19 weeks and then you turn around and all of a sudden you're just not pregnant anymore. You can't do that. So this is just my announcement of kind of where I'm at. It's not super informational, but it is. I'm just getting through it. And this is where I'm at with this fertility journey. So that's my update. Oh my gosh. And if you clicked on this video because you're going through it, girl, I'm so sorry, dude. This is just awful. But I will tell you this. I'm not giving up. I have a backbone. I have grit. I am doing everything I can to take care of myself. And I am not letting a series of unfortunate events take away what we want. However this journey pans out for us, even if it ends up without a child, which you never know. You really don't know. Until you get in the fertility journey, you don't know how it's going to turn. But however it ends up, I know that until I feel my body can't do this anymore, or until I actually feel it's time to let it go, I'm not just going to throw in the towel. Because I'm not built like that. This is unfortunate and it's sad and it's heartbreaking. And waking up after from nightmares after 3 hours of sleep with tears coming down my face is not how I saw my Thanksgiving and holiday season going. I've never woken up with tears coming down my face like that. Like, you wake up from it. It's not what I saw, but I'm holding on to the positives. We're at a great fertility clinic. I am a strong individual. I am taking care of myself. And I realize that I am one of many who is struggling with fertility. And the more we talk about it, the more that we support women who are going through this, the less painful it might be. So if you're in this, I'm right there with you, and I'm not giving up. So that's my melancholy update for 2024. This year has been kicking us in the teeth, but I have high hopes for 2025, and I refuse to let this series of unfortunate events win and get me down. I refuse. I'm going to find joy. I'm going to continue to be positive about it. I'm going to let myself feel what I need to feel. I'm just going to look up and hope that things go the right direction. Have a great rest of your year. And I will see you on my next fertility journey update, because it does not end here. The story does not close on this chapter. I absolutely refuse.